Nice. All right, everybody worldwide, you're now tuned into Motivation and Confidence. I'm your host, Tom Danger, where we help you do your daily best. And this week we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about, let's take a step back. Why did I start this podcast? A couple reasons. The biggest reason is because I enjoy helping people. That's the first reason. I think the second reason is because I think I myself need help. Help in the sense of guidance in always being a better person. And that is the goal of this podcast, to help you be a better person, to get you motivated, and to make sure that you are confident to achieve the goals that you set out to do. All right. For myself, just a little background, I've started out as a hip hop artist. I've done several mixtapes. Tommy Danger, the Now Later Man, probably released about 13 projects, 2 DVDs, and produced and hosted a TV show called Danger Vision on Public Access. YouTube channel, Tommy Danger, over 300 videos, etcetera. Everything has been done by a 2-man team. My wife and I, shout out to Grace Brown, who has helped me put together this podcast and several ideas. And this is where we are today. I think if I didn't do the mixtape stuff, I wouldn't have the technical background or the strategy of how to move on and offline, which basically enabled me to do this. Okay. So with that being said, this week's topic is setting goals. Okay. Because I'm a firm believer in not only setting goals, but once you set a goal, how do you take the necessary steps to accomplish that goal? And I remember years ago reading a book by Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one thing that sticks out in my mind is beginning with the end in mind, right? So you always want to start at the end. Visualize in your mind what the goal looks like. I mean, actually take it to a place where you close your eyes and you already see yourself in that place. The place of what it looks like and what it feels like. You actually want to visualize yourself being in that place, and whatever that goal is, whether that goal is a healthier body, a calmer mind, whether it be getting a job, finishing school, creating a podcast, doing videos, just really looking at the things that you are passionate about and how you go about doing so. What do you do? So, I can give you an example. Sort of like with this podcast, I've done several podcasts before. I've done music reviews. I have a relationship podcast with my wife. It's called Tommy and Grace. You can find that online, iTunes, etcetera. Shameless plug, but it's fine. But I always just look at the things that I love doing and I write them down. And in addition to writing them down, you should always give yourself a certain timeline to accomplish these things. Now, it's not going to be easy. There's going to be a bunch of things going on in life, and the hardest part is going to get started. The hardest part is going to be getting started. But once you get started, and when you dedicate X amount of time daily to that goal, you will attain it. Now, certain goals and things that we aspire to achieve, some things come quick and other things don't. You have to be patient. That's why it's important to be passionate about what you do, because if you're not passionate, You're looking for sort of that fast and quick, not resolution, but feeling of accomplishment, right? Like when you want to feel good about yourself, some people buy something. The word I'm looking for is for instant gratification. You want it fast for instant gratification. And certain goals, they don't come right away. You don't attain them right away, but it is the journey of attaining that goal is what's the best part of the process, because you've already visualized in your mind what it is to be there. And a lot of times when you actually reach a goal, you may find yourself saying like, aha, this is it. And sometimes it's a feeling of you not being satisfied. So you have to enjoy the journey. Okay. So because I have a very short attention span, these podcasts will not be long. We will have some featured guests on the show to talk about various topics, and we will produce these shows on a weekly basis to bring them to you. And we invite your comments and your feedback on what you like and what you don't like. And we always encourage you to share this information with those that you feel may need it. We also invite you to keep a library of the topics that have been of importance to you, or those things that have helped you throughout your daily life, things that have motivated you and made you feel confidence, because that's what we are here to do. And that's basically it for this week. Setting a goal, beginning with the end in mind, and taking the necessary steps to attain that goal. And until next week, I'm your host, Tom Danger, Motivation and Confidence, where you learn to do your daily best.